Mars in Cancer. Oh my God. Just from the look on my face, you probably can tell I have read a lot of charts, interpreted a lot of charts, and known a lot of people who bear the sign of the crab in Mars. Mars in Cancer is going to last until May the 20th of this year, 2023, or right around that time. But what I'm talking about today is that, you know, plenty of us want to assign all of these lovely interpretations to every single sign in the zodiac, which is great, but doing so without addressing both sides of each sign is kind of dangerous. And so I'm just going to blurt it out because of my own personal experiences with people who have Mars in Cancer in their chart. They are very passive aggressive. Okay, they know what they want, they're passionate about what they want, they're going after what they want, and they don't care who they run over to get there. Okay. I'm being, or at least trying to be very careful with it when I say most of the time, or at least damn nearly 80% of the time, 80% of the charts that I have looked at over the years and interpreted, a man's chart with Mars in Cancer, they're gay, okay? Or they have those tendencies. And since we're talking about Cancer, ruled by the moon, if you thought about a crab in the wild and you go try get that bugger, it's either going to be claws up or they're going to find the nearest place to go hide. Because why? They're scared of what? Being found out who they really are. Okay, now, when I said I'm being very careful, what I mean is I understand and realize that not every man on this planet who bears Mars in Cancer is gay. Please don't take it that way. I'm talking about my own experiences with these people, all right? And I read a lot of charts. I coach a lot of people. On the other side of that is a woman with Mars in Cancer. Think One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Think that Kathy Bates movie where, she had the guy inside the room in her house, yeah? And either way, lovely how both of them are Stephen King books. Either way, both of these women were in a nurturing position. One was a nurse, the other one was at home taking care of brother. Mars in Cancer. This is a poisoning bitch. This is a crazy, psychotic, explode on you woman, man, whatever. They've been passive aggressive about their kindness. They've been pretty much trying to control what is going on. And well, when they've had absolutely enough of what they don't like and what is ruining their pretty little picture they're trying to make, they blow up. Somebody gets hurt somehow, some way, okay? Excuse me. I know that over the years, because yeah, I danced hula, I still dance hula, and have for like 50 years now. In that time, I figure I've had enough practice to know which one of these men who I would dance hula with bore the sign of the crab in Mars. Because, like I said, passive aggressiveness is hiding something until you explode, yeah? To anybody, that could really equate to exploding right out of that closet. Because why? You're mad. Because people won't find out this thing you've been trying to hide. Mars is not going to let that happen. Mars will never let that happen. Mars is the warrior, the general. Mars is ruled by Aries. Lots of enlisted higher up guys, you know, who's a guy? Generals and captains and however the hell all that goes are men with, you know, Mars factors in their charts. Also, Mars in Cancer is very good at, you know, water sports, team sports, that kind of thing. But how did they get there? How did that happen for them? And who did they have to, you know, manipulate and gaslight to get them out of the way? Yeah, probably plenty of people. The other thing about a Mars in Cancer male, they are mama's boys. They really are. Okay, they have this connection with their mother, or they want it and they try to have it, and if it's not exactly how they wanted it, it's her fault. Really? Okay, whatever. So you mean to tell me you went out on a slasher fest and then the cops wouldn't catch you? It's your mom's fault. Why? You get mommy issues? Oh, hell yeah, they do. Oh my God, do they ever? And on the other side of that, the female is the mom. It's that mom. It's the one, the helicopter mom, the kind mom who will protect her children with everything in her, including going and bad mouthing, you know, talking stink about anybody who they judge as not being as good as her, or who has just not included her in whatever it is she feels like she should be included in. Okay. The way that I went through that was, yeah, people in my family, people who I danced hula with, people I was friends with. You know, these are the people who will smile in your face while talking badly about you behind your back. And then when you find out, they either have every good reason why they did it, why they're still doing it, and you can do nothing about it other than ignore it, or they didn't do it, or, you know, they're going to tell you, well, somebody had to tell you, and then just continue on with their passive aggressive crap until you get mad, and then all of a sudden they go explode on you. After everything I've done for you, I saved you back in 1992. It's 30 years later. Get over yourself already. My goodness. But that's really what that's like. Mars in Cancer is a very weak position, okay? While the person bearing that sign in that planet, or planet in that sign, excuse me, might be real waha in the mouth, might be talking shit, might be cutting you down, gaslighting, manipulating, all that kind of stuff. All the shit they're saying is exactly that. It's just crap. Okay, they're trying to look better by tearing other people down. Okay, so when you're thinking about Mars, you need to think about Aries. And when you know, who is that? Well, again, I will repeat myself. Aries is a leader. Aries is the general. Aries is not putting up with your shit. And Aries is not going to lie about it. How do I know this? My dad is in Aries. My boyfriend is in Aries. Lots of people I know get Aries factors, and it is all the same. But when you have the Aries planet in another sign, it comes out different, specifically when it is the sign of Cancer, because, you know, folks will tell you, oh, Mars in Taurus is, yeah, it's slow moving, it's this. No, Mars in Taurus can be likened to a bull in a china shop. Okay? It is not the same. Even though Taurus and Cancer are both feminine signs, do not get in front of a Mars in Taurus if they are pissed. Even though they're quiet, that's a bowling ball coming right for you at full speed. However, Mars in Cancer is not the same. Mars in Cancer is your jealous little twit in the ballet line trying for, you know, the same lead in the Nutcracker. Mars in Cancer is You remember that girl Tanya Harding and Nancy what's her face? Tanya Harding, Mars and Cancer. Ah, Mars in Cancer. On a really bad note, is a gay man who is closeted, hiding behind, the woman he is telling all this bullshit to, that this is his girlfriend or, spouse, whatever. And on the other side of that is off in this world doing all kind of horrible things to his own body through addiction and abuse, whatever. And then when you find out about this person, you could call them on that, yeah? And they get mad at you. And they're mad at you not because you're telling the truth, but because you exposed the weakness in their cover, right? And again, this is not saying that all men with Mars in Cancer are gay or mama's boys. I'm saying that plenty of men with Mars in Cancer are closeted, don't realize that the reason why people are telling them, we know. Those are the ones that get very mad. Those are the ones that commit violent acts. Why? Because you have to look like a big badass once you've been found out to not be, which again, Mars in Cancer. Mars in Cancer on the good side though. Team sports, hockey, water polo, rowing, swimming, all that kind. And I'm just going to leave it alone right there because we get plenty of stuff going on in the world of collegiate swimming and I don't need to add to it. You already know. What I'm saying is right now with Mars in Cancer, we're going to find out more of these things, right? Specifically, if people get Mars in Cancer natally, if it's in your chart, especially now with Saturn also being in a water sign, Pisces. Well, that's a boundary. A boundary of what? Well, Pisces is thought to be the daydreamer telling big, bullshit stories. How do you think that's going to come out? Well, we're going to find out all these people mealy-mouthed talking shit on the home front and they believe their own bullshit. How do you think it's going to turn out? So, until May the 20th of this year, do bother to pay attention. Excuse me. And, if you want to know what your Mars is, hit me up. Send me a DM. If you're in my Hive on Facebook, you already know the rules, ladies. Everybody else, I'll be back. So, yeah, look for all the Mars people in your life. And, check it out. Go and look. If you study astrology yourself, you're going to find all this out. If not, yeah, hell yeah, I can teach you. Hit me up. Bye. Be back.